check me, boo.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are now recapping episode 2 of Little Fires Everywhere. Before we get started, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below on how you feel about the recaps, how you felt about the episode. Y'all, bear with me. I don't know if it's isolation or just being at home all the time, but it's low-key getting to me. Just a little bit. Okay, so we open up with the episode. We've got a younger Mia, getting her back blew out in the same little car we've seen this whole time, with a baby Pearl in the back seat. And I was like, okay, girl, we just doing whatever, getting it the best that we can, I guess. So we hop back into present time. The summer is over. It's the first day of school. And, of course, Elena is doing her usual, getting everybody ready. She's packing lunches as usual. You've got Mia on the other side. She's getting Pearl ready. You know, she's getting her fingernails painted and her toes painted and stuff like that. And Pearl thanks Mia for actually letting them stay in Shaker so, you know, that she can attend school there. Bill is bringing it to Elena's attention that she has yet to ask Mia about the fact that Mia isn't Mia. So remember in the last episode we found out that Mia's real name isn't Mia. Elena called to do a background check and we don't really know who this woman is. While out on the front lawn, of course, Elena doing the most, she's taking the kids, you know, first day of school picture, and Izzy is standing out there and she's telling her she doesn't want to go because she doesn't know if she's gonna have a good time at school. And of course Elena bypasses her and she's like, oh, well, your brothers and sister do just fine there, so you'll be fine. So here we are again with Elena already starting off being passive towards Izzy and her feelings. Of course, you got Moody. Okay, he's showing Pearl around her first day of school. He's really excited because they have all of their classes together. Jump to Izzy walking down the hall. Now, Izzy, from what I can tell, I thought Izzy was like a complete loner. But when she is walking down the hall, you do see people like wave at her and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, she's not going to be like completely alone. She's going to have some type of like associates. So I thought, or at least I'm thinking she's going to be fine. But then Izzy gets to her locker and she opens it and there is a magazine cover of Ellen DeGeneres and it says, yep, I'm gay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn the first episode Elena said that this is going to be Izzy's first year attending this school. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we know her locker number and combination? I was like, it didn't correlate to me. So maybe I was wrong, but I thought that's what she said. But I'm not quite sure yet if this is confirming for me that Izzy is gay, or she could just be being bullied. So I'm not really sure yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll find out. While the kids are enjoying their first day, well, some of them are enjoying their first day of school, Mia has come to the house that morning and she's getting, you know, kind of the tour around the house. Elena's telling her, you know, what she will and will not be doing as far as, you know, cooking for the family and cleaning up and all of that. Buying groceries, stuff like that. And Elena is supposed to be asking Mia once again about, you know, who she really is, but she kind of chokes on that. So she's more just blabbing about this book club that she's in, that she half-ass participates in. And so you can really tell Mia's looking around and she's really uncomfortable, and she kind of tells Elena, okay, well, I'll be back in the afternoon to clean. Elena's like, wait, you're leaving? She's like, yeah, like, I gotta go, you know, do my art. I do it best in the morning. Elena's like, oh, basically like, oh, I thought this was like gonna be an all-day thing. So you can just really tell Mia was trying to get the hell up out the house. She was just like, girl, I gotta go, bye. So Pearl is back at school trying to get her schedule situated, because she's already taken a math class that she has on her schedule. And this really got me upset because she's talking to her guidance counselor, but he wasn't really giving any guidance. And she's telling him, oh, I've already taken this math class, I'd like to take, you know, the next math class up. And he's being real condescending. He's like, oh no, I'm pretty sure where you're from, you know, they gave you the watered down version, and you know, this will be like the real course, and we have to see if you basically he was telling her all in all, like, you're not smart enough to take the next class up. I'm pretty sure you know, they spoon fed you the class that you took before, and this is your schedule, and deal with it. And I was just like, okay. And then he had the nerve to come out his face and ask her if she didn't even say anything. He came out of his mouth and was like, oh, and I'm pretty sure you need the forms, what is it, like free or reduced lunch? Which, I mean, yeah, she needed them, but I mean, it would have been nice if you would have let her ask for them first. Like I said, Mia said she was going to go work on her art. And while she's working on her art, Elena kind of, she did knock on the door. Mia didn't hear. But, you know, she just barges her way on in the house. And, you know, Mia's kind of like, you know, what are you doing here? And so then she comes and she tells her, she was like, hey, I called your reference. And they didn't know who you were. And so she was like, I'm going to need another reference. And she, you know, Mia, you can tell she is shook boots down. Ooh, she was like, ooh, I've been caught. So she's like, okay, no, I'll get you a reference. She was like, she gave her some type of bullshit excuse. But she's like, oh, she was like, maybe I gave the wrong number or something like that. And, well, Elena's like, well, okay, I need that reference then, if that's, you know, give me the right number. She's like, oh, I'll give it to you. Izzy's in a band class, and her ex-best friend and her little tag-alongs, they mention, I guess Izzy is gay. So that's just confirming for us that they did put the magazine picture in her locker. Once again, I'm still trying to figure out how y'all knew what locker she had in the combination, because school don't work like that. And I'm pretty sure you can't just go to the office and ask and they just gonna give it to you. But whatever. Mia, ma'am, which little sneaky ass. So, okay, Mia had a friend from her work call Elena while she was at her job and pretend to be like her ex-landlord. And he was like, oh, she was a great tenant and all this, that, and the third. You know, she was great, never had any problems out of her, yada, 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 yada. And I was like, ooh. I was like, so now I really want to know, like, who Mia is and, like, what her real name is, all of that. But we already know Elena being Elena, she's not about to take this. Like, she's already like, this a little sketchy, the fact that, you know, this man called me just real quick out the blue, you know, trying to give me the deets on Mia. So you can already tell that, you know, her wheels are turning in her head, like, you know, something doesn't sound right. So Elena actually takes her behind down to the police station, and she asked one of her friends that work there, she's like, I need a background check on someone. So she tells him it's for a story. And she's like, just when you get the information, you know, whatever, you know, fax it to my job. So he's like, okay, I'll get it to you basically as soon as possible. So Mia has, it's later in the afternoon, and Mia has showed up at the house, and she's just kind of, okay, in the real world, nobody just goes into somebody's house and just starts rummaging through their stuff. And I have yet to figure out why, like, in movies and stuff, people just go in people's house and they're opening up cabinets and doors and drawers and... what you doing? Okay. But anyway, she's, you know, she's walking, she's getting a feel of the house or whatever, and she happens upon Izzy's room. And of course, Izzy's room, because we figured out that she's an artist now, you know, her walls are decorated with art, and she's got, you know, drawings everywhere. So, you know, of course, that would catch Mia's attention. So, you know, Mia's looking through her stuff, and then Izzy actually shows up, and, you know, they're just kind of talking or whatever, and they wind up in the kitchen, and, you know, Mia's fixing the family's dinner, and she asks, like, she can tell that something's off. So, you know, she kind of asks Izzy about her day, and Izzy's just letting her know, you know, I'm having a hard time, and Mia's like, well, you know, you have to stick up for yourself, because if nobody else is going to stick up for you, it has to be you. So, Izzy kind of takes this to heart, you know, or whatever. And then the other kids show up, and Pearl is still uncomfortable, is really uncomfortable with the fact that her mom is working for the Richardsons. So, I think she's uncomfortable because even though Pearl loves her mom, this is her and her escape from the constant life that her and her mom lived of moving. They've always been together. They've always been in their car together, or whatever small apartment or home they've been in together. So this is kind of an escape for Pearl. She can kind of go out, be a normal child, and forget about everything that's going on at home. So I think that's really why Pearl is uncomfortable with her mom being at the same place she is, because not only do I live with my mom, then now all of a sudden here she is where I come to spend my free time. Bill comes home. Bill finally meets Mia. Elena has already told Bill, you know, Mia isn't warm. She's not, you know, really kind. She's more aloof. You know, she stays to herself. Bill comes home. She's in the kitchen. She's cooking. And just their whole interaction, he was trying to, you know, small talk, but be friendly. Mia wasn't having it. She was just like, yeah, okay, all right, get out my face, sir, bye. I was like, dang, girl, you in this man's house and you gonna treat him like that? Okay. That night at dinner, first of all, everybody is raving about the meal that Mia cooked to begin with. This obviously makes Elena feel some type of way, because, you know, here's another woman in your home cooking your family a dinner, and they love it right off the bat. So there is this discussion. Lexi is applying to Yale, and of course, you know, when you apply to colleges, there's normally an essay you have to write. So the essay for her is more like an what adversities type of have I faced in my life type of thing. And so Miss Lexi, who is like Elena, has never faced any adversities. Life has come pretty easy to her. From what I can tell, she's got the friend, she's got the boyfriend. So, you know, she's never had any real hardships, so she doesn't really know what to write about. Like I said in the first review, I still don't know how I feel about Lexi. Like, sometimes I'm like, she's just real miseducated. Even though she's educated, she's real miseducated. And I'm just like, I don't know if I like you yet. I'm trying to get there, but I just don't, we not clicking. There's even, Elena even makes a comment about it. She's like, oh, you should be a shoe-in, you know, into Yale. We've basically, me and your dad have built this life for you, so, you know, you'd have no problems. And Bill even said something. He's like, you just expect them to, you know, just let her in. And she was like, yeah. She was like, and she made this stupid comment about, you know, having, like, they're letting only crack babies. I'm girl, no, that's not it. That's not it at all. On the opposite side of this, you got Mia and Pearl, and they're having dinner. And Pearl is telling Mia what happened at school today. She was telling her guidance counselor she's already taken this class, and she's trying to get her class changed. He's not listening to her. And in the same way he was dismissive, Mia is being dismissive as well. Mia's like, well, you know what to do. Basically fix it on your own. And Pearl's just like, you know, well, if I would be able to come to anybody and talk about it, it should be you, but, you know, you're ignoring me. And what really got me with that was her daughter is telling her the issues that she's having, and instead of her paying attention to the issues that her daughter's having, she's more worried about an issue that her coworker is having. She sees her crying, so she's more concerned about that instead of the fact that her child can't get the classes that she needs. The next morning, Pearl walks into complete chaos at Chateau Richardson, and she asks Elena if she will look over the letter that she's written to the guidance counselor in order to get her classes swapped over really to advanced classes. And there's this you know, she reads through it and she's like, oh, I see there, you know, it's basically discrimination just because you're black. And Lexi does say, oh yeah, you know, they do that to all the black kids at our school. Like, we barely see any of them in the advanced classes. And I was like, okay, well, that's different. It's just bad when you have to go to someone else because your parent won't help you. When Pearl does mention that she's trying to get her classes changes, Moody is like, oh no, but we have all our classes together. That'll be one less class we have together. And Pearl is really looking at him like, boy, I don't care. I'm trying to get my education. Like, I'm trying to get into school. I'm trying to apply to Yale. Okay, so somebody explain something to me. Um, Elena mentioned something about Pearl being from Cleveland. The guidance counselor also mentioned something about Pearl being from Cleveland. Pearl stated she's not from Cleveland. In the 1990s, like, is Cleveland the like blackest area or something? Can somebody inform me? I don't know. I thought that was weird that they thought they're like, oh, all black people come from Cleveland. What is that? I was like, okay. Miss Lexi and her golden life that she's had, she picks up the letter that Mia has written to her guidance counselor. Once again, she's trying to write an essay, and she doesn't know what to write about because she hasn't had any obstacles in her life. I'm pretty sure she's going to take that letter that Pearl wrote and plagiarize it somehow in order to get into Yale. So I'm pretty sure that is going to come back around. If not plagiarize it, I don't know if she's going to ask Pearl for her help, but I'm pretty sure she's just going to take that letter and, you know, swap some words around and use that as her essay. Co-worker that Mia was more concerned about, she does come by, and you know, she's telling Mia thank you, you know, for taking over the rest of her shift since she was kind of distraught, and she's starting to try to tell Mia about, you know, why she was crying, and Mia stops her. And I feel like Mia stopped her because sometimes we can feel like because someone else told us their turmoil and their tragedy that we feel like in return we have to do the same. And I felt like Mia, you know, because we've seen that she keeps to herself, she's not trying to do that. So she just kind of stops and she's like, oh no, don't worry about it, just here, you know, you're welcome, I'll see you later. Elena does go to the school. She gets everything put in place for Pearl. You know, her classes are changed now, so she'll be able to take the advanced class that she wants to take. And she sees Izzy walking down the hall with her teacher, I'm assuming going to the principal's office, and she finds out that Izzy had she was standing up for another student in the class is what she was doing, but of course, you know, the way she did it, it was a little overboard. So she's going to the office. So Elena just takes Izzy with her for the rest of the day, and she takes her to work with her. When Elena is at work, a coworker comes in and she's like, hey, the fax that you're looking for, our fax machine is down, so they're gonna fax it to your house. Who is at Elena's house? Mia, or not Mia, is at Elena's house. And at this exact time, Elena's telling Izzy, okay, pack your stuff, we gotta go now, get up, let's go. So Mia receives the fax. The fax is coming in while Mia is there, and Mia is looking through the names, and she sees it's mugshots of women with the name Mia Warren. None of these pictures are her. So she is having a panic attack. So she's like, okay, I gotta just, you know, she's trying to figure out how to get a handle on this. When Elena comes home, when they get to the house, Mia is kind of trying to give the niceties. Oh, you know, how are you, this, that, and the third. And Elena's like, oh, she sends her out to do some job out back that's unnecessary, just to get her out of the house so she can find the facts. She finds the facts, she looks through the pictures, she sees none of them are Mia as well, and then she hides them, and overcomes the book club that Elena is really not seeing it for anyways. And I don't know if y'all know anything about it, they're doing don't I might say this wrong, it's the Vagina Monologues. I've seen the play before, it's okay, it's funny, but to me, I don't know if Elena is running away from like the feminist act or anything that's just like too political. I'm not really sure what that's about yet, but they're in the midst of having this discussion about the book, and Elena makes a comment about she's talking just to be talking because she didn't read it, and they get into this debacle of women who have children versus women who haven't had children. Am I less of a woman because I have, but you know, is a woman less of a woman because she hasn't had children? Is she only worth the bodies that she can produce? And so Elena's about to get jumped with words, honey, but Mia jumps in there and saves her. You know, she's taking on the role as Captain Save-A-Ho this time. She jumps in there and she saves her, and you know, everybody kind of goes on about their business. And after this, Elena, you know, thanks her, and her and Mia, you know, share some wine and snacks. Now, in sharing wines and snacks, Elena opens up a little bit. She's sharing her insecurities of the fact that, like, you know, what do I do as a woman once my children grow up and don't need me anymore? Like, will they still love me the same? You know, she's built her whole life around being, you know, a mother and a wife. Of course, her husband will still be there. But, you know, as her children are growing up, and you've got Izzy, who is the youngest now, and, you know, they're fighting all the time. And, you know, she really doesn't ask her for much. You know, what do I do when, you know, when my children, I feel like, you know, she feels like her children won't need her the same. So, thus, they won't love her as much. And, you know, Mia, you know, they kind of discussed that for a second, and Mia's like, oh, I'm pretty sure you're fine. And then Elena says, Elena basically tells Mia she helped her, excuse me, that she helped her get her classes changed. You know, that Pearl came to her, Pearl asked her for help, and Mia was ready to skit, scat, and skadoodle because she was upset. And Elena does not know how to read a room, I have noticed. Like, it could be World War III in the background, and Elena be like, oh, how's your day? How's everything going? So Mia was ready to get. So, you know, Elena feels like, you know, they've made milestones together, but really you can tell that Mia, even though she was about to open up, because she did, you know, let Elena in on the fact that, about her painting that she has in her house, that it was, based on a friend, and I'm assuming that friend is the woman that we've seen on the train, but I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure. You know, that you can tell that that painting means a lot to her. So, but once she did that and she found out about the Pearl situation, she kind of, you know, she closed herself back up. So, she was just like, okay. And then we've got Moody and Pearl. Moody wanted to smoke some of Mia's and so they do that, and, you know, Pearl kind of gives us a little, like, insight into Mia. So she's telling us that Mia, is a free spirit. We kind of already know that. But she says, you know, Mia hides a lot, and, you know, she just disguises, you know, what she hides, she disguises it with, oh, well, we just do these things. Really, she says, because of her art. But, you know, we move, these are the reasons why we move here, that, and the third. And like I said, I really want to know if Mia is running from Jesse Williams' character. Like, I just really want to know what his fine ass got to do. I'm just trying to see it already. So, they talk, and it's not really a lot. So they share a handhold here. They share a handhold, but just hold on 1 second, because they shared a handhold, and she was feeling it. Oh, I like this, what we're doing. We already know Moody likes her, but hold on 1 second. Okay, so when Mia gets home, Mia goes to Pearl, and she wants to act like she cares now, and she's like, oh, did you get your classes changed? Did you handle it? And at first, Pearl was just like, oh yeah, I got it handled or whatever. And in saying I got it handled, she wasn't telling on herself yet until she said, I did it all by myself. And Mia knew she was lying. So Mia was like, oh, okay, so now, you know, I don't know if they've ever done this before, but, you know, now they're keeping secrets from each other. So we end the episode with Miss Pearl walking into her algebra class, honey, and sitting across from Mr. Tripp. And we already know that Pearl likes Tripp. And so she sat in the class and then tried to act like she didn't see him. Oh, hey, you giving Moody's brother the eye, but last night you was talking about something. You liked it, being in a situation, y'all was holding hands. So just tell me, Miss Pearl, what we about to do. Let me know something. All right, guys. Y'all let me know y'all's comments, how y'all feel down below. Do y'all think that Lexi is going to use that letter to get into Yale? I think she is. And I wonder how long it's going to be before we find out, like, who. I'm pretty sure it's going to be far down the line. You know, they got to make the story real good. But I really want to know, like, who Mia is. That's what I want to know. I want to know who Mia is. Other than that, oh, and do you think Tripp and Pearl are going to start spending some more time together? So y'all just let me know how you feel. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.